our story yesterday as we were reading. What's your name? Blake. That's who you are. Just kidding. Ulcers all over his hand, which are like big blisters. Tell me something else about Johnny, maybe about his personality. How was his personality before he burnt his hand? Jalen.
He's arrogant.
He's very arrogant. What details from the story tell us that he is arrogant? How do we know he's arrogant? We can make that inference, but what details helped us to make that inference?
He's mean to, Dove.
He's mean to Dove. Okay, what are some things that he does to be mean? I want you guys to go back in your mind to chapter 1, when Mrs. Latham asked him to wake up the other boys. What did he do? How was that? He was not very nice when he did that, is he?
He would call them names, he would call them lazy. And when he's bullying Dove, he actually would say that he would want to kill him.
Yeah.
But now, since his hand's all messed up, he's getting treated a whole different way.
Yeah.
Because Miss Latham, instead of her telling him to getting them up, she's waking him up, calling him names, and not treating him like she used to. And she just thinks that his hand's useless now, and he's basically useless.
Yeah. So now how Mrs. Latham is treating Johnny, that has changed. One more detail about Johnny. And guys, we have to go back to our social studies file again in our brain, that social studies file. What is Johnny? What is Johnny? He is not Mrs. Latham's son. We did determine that. So on Johnny's paper, I would write this. This is an important detail about Johnny. So go back to social studies in your mind. What is Johnny? See, who have I not picked on in a while? Max.
He's an apprentice.
He is an apprentice, which means what?
He's someone who has a master who trains them to do something.
He has a master, who's Mr. Latham, who's training him to do something. What is he training him to do? David?
He wants to be a silversmith.
He wants to be a silversmith. But what else is Johnny? Remember, he's not his son. Go back to social studies as well. We did learn about apprentices there. Aiden,
He is an
what's that key word? He's not a slave, right? No, he's not a slave. What is he? It's on the tip of your tongue. You call someone to help you real quick. Someone who has up their reformatting.
indentured servant.
He's an indentured servant. And in social studies, we learned that that's what? And then we're going to start reading. I cannot wait to read today. It's a really good one. We learned in social studies that indentured servants are what? What are they? Let's see. Mila.
Well, they're not slaves, but they work for an amount of years.
They work for 7 to 10 years, so they're taken from their family. They're similar to a slave. Work for 7 to 10 years, live in the house, and then what happens after 7 to 10 years? Annalise, close the book, please. What happens?